Welcome everyone to a look at a newish release from Imprint via their collection, and it is 1982's Superstition. So this is directed by James W. Robertson, who I've not seen anything else from before. It's a supernatural slasher, clocking at 85 minutes long. Stars the likes of Albert Salmi, who was in the likes of the Empire of the Ants, which is absolutely awful. But he was in two much better westerns in the form of Lawman and Hour of the Gun. Also stars Lynn Carlin, who was in Dead of Night, the rather excellent Bob Clark film. So it's about a witch who is put to death in 1692, who swears vengeance on her persecutors and returns to the present day to punish their descendants. So, unlike some other slasher films from the early 80s, which was obviously the heyday for the slasher, this doesn't really have any sluggish moments. And though characterization is lacking, that doesn't really harm this, as the pacing is so on point, the kills so regular, and the supernatural atmosphere is so effective that this is just an engrossing and enjoyable effort throughout. The score is also well done, the setting is used effectively, there is some decent tension, the production is solid, the violence is handled nicely, especially one scene where a circular saw ends up coming off of its, mounting and ends up flying across the room into a character's chest, keeps spinning because obviously it's been thrown off in a supernatural manner, and it completely saws its way through the guy right out of his back, and and then it just spins on the floor. It's just a really rather effectively done bit of violence, and it's overall well shot, especially with its lighting and its, which also you know helps enable the spooky, supernatural atmosphere that it's got going on. So, overall, really, really surprised by this. I was expecting it to be a pretty middling slasher film, to be honest, because a lot of films from that period in that genre are kind of underwhelming in a lot of ways. They do have some elements going for them, but they rarely have, a good amount of pacing on their side, or you know, a great deal of atmosphere. They are quite cheap. They might have some good violence, but they're typically quite cheap and don't look particularly good. And at the end of the day, are kind of derivative to the likes of Halloween or Friday the 13th. So but this is not the case for that. So 4 out of 5 from me. Big surprise, like I said. Was expecting to be more around a 3 out of 5, but yeah, surprisingly not the case. So we also get a different kind of artwork on the sleeve as well as the printed disc. And on the disc itself, we've got a 1080p high definition presentation of the film. No issues at all with the sound quality or the picture. Audio commentary by Justin Kurzweil, author of the Teenage Slasher movie book from 2024. Then we've got a Slasher Fantastico, Superstition and the Supernatural Slasher, video essay by author, editor in chief of Diabolic magazine, Kat Ellinger from 2024. Then we've also got Lake of Fire, an interview with actor James Houghton, who was the lead actor in this, but unfortunately I've not seen anything else from him before. And then we've got the Late That Crazy Witchcraft interview with director James Robertson, a TV spot, and finally a theatrical trailer. So overall a solid release. Like I said, no issues with the quality of the picture or of the sound, and the film itself is well worth watching. I found maybe my expectations were quite low after seeing several of these films from the same period during Halloween being a little bit on the disappointing side. So that might well have played a small part in terms of my overall surprised, being surprised by how good it actually is. But on the whole, generally a good film in its own right, and well worth watching. So this was released actually on the 30th of October, so it's not a brand new spanking release, but it's only a week or so old. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Does typically take a little bit longer for imprint films to arrive to me, purely because they've got to come all the way from Australia and I'm in the UK. So they've got several thousand miles to go to travel, and then they've also got to go through customs, which again does take a while, and then they've also got to eventually get to me. So it does take some time to get them from Australia, but they are well worth the wait. And I've bought many from Imprint, and this month alone is going to have several new releases that I am really, really looking forward to. So look forward to showing those off with you in the future. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.